And Josh, you were telling me you've been tracking this system and just how much rain they are getting there.
Yeah, it really remarkable because it hasn't just been a one-day system. It's been ongoing for the last several weeks or so. As we take a look at our precipitable water, that's all funneling its way across the Pacific Ocean, taking aim at California. But it is on the move, and it's expected to approach western Oregon and Washington as the rest of the week progresses. You can see on Wednesday it starts to shift its way a little bit further to the north, so that's where we got to keep our eye out for additional rainfall for our area. But it's the Sierra Nevadas that are getting dumped upon with snowfall, nearly 60+ inches of snow expected through the end of this week, where we're getting our own snow flurries and whiteout conditions out towards Mount Hood Meadows this afternoon. 30 degrees is where we currently sit, and snow is currently falling, and that's only going to be adding to our snowpack levels here across the Beaver State and up into Washington, where the Willamette Basin is at about 105%. So we really like to see these numbers tip the scale of 100%, putting us at good standing for the snowpack. And it's not just Oregon and Washington, but all of the western states, including Colorado, parts of Wyoming, Utah, Nevada itself, seeing a surplus in the snowfall this winter season. And that's what we like to see, especially as we start thinking about the wildfire season, which is quickly approaching. But as far as our wet conditions go, we got the snow flurries over the Cascades, heavy rainfall through the central and northern Willamette Valley. And it looks like we just got a little bit of a lightning strike just to the north of the Portland metro area, north of Vancouver, actually, with this heavy cell that's tracking its way to the north and east. Likely going to hold on to those heavy downpour potentials through the remainder of this evening, as that rumble of thunder and a clap of lightning is still a very real possibility. Now, this wet weather trend is going to continue to last all the way through the next 8 to 14 days for much of the western half of the country. The only dry spot, the Lone Star State. But for the rest of us, we're going to hold on to the windy conditions, not only through the gorge, but for the Willamette Valley and the coastal spots, as those winds are going to continue out of the south at about 15 to 20, if not even gusts closer to 30 miles per hour are a potential. And then they'll transition through the overnight hours into the early morning time frame tomorrow out of the east. So that's when they have the potential to speed up just a little bit through the gorge and drop our temperatures ever so slightly. But it's not really going to be a major impacting system for us, as our latest low continues to usher in the wet weather along with that atmospheric river that's really kind of hitting the bullseye of California. And then we have another system. It's just a parade of storms taking aim at the Pacific Northwest. And that's why we're holding on to those soggy and windy conditions with a major storm developing. By the time we get to the middle of the week, we'll see a few dry spots before that system actually moves on shore. But nonetheless, something to prepare for as we move through the next week or so. Now, later this afternoon, we are expecting to see some drier conditions return to western Oregon and Washington for the valleys. And tomorrow, we might even start off the day with a little bit of that sunshine, very similar to what we saw in Portland earlier this morning before the next cloud deck moves in and the rain potential gets going once again as we work our way into Wednesday morning. Now, our rain accumulation at least through the next 48 hours, so that puts us at Wednesday afternoon, anywhere from a couple of 1/100ths of an inch all the way up to about a 1/10 of an inch. So not a super soaker over the next several days, but more rain is on the way towards the tail end of the week as temperatures get up into the 50s today along the coast. The valley's just the same. And our 7-day forecast does show that we're going to hold on to those breezy conditions for today, even lingering into tomorrow, but not expected to be as strong as what we've seen so far today. And temperatures taking just a little bit of a hit, falling back to the upper 40s. But our average this time of year is right at about 47. And then we get back to the 50s Thursday, Friday, as we see a little bit more of a persistent rain shower as opposed to a few dry spots here and there. It's a forecast that I think all of us should be okay with, Jenny.
I'm okay with it. Yeah, I like the warmer temperatures.
The warmer temperatures are nice, and the snow in the mountains, and not here in the valleys or the coast. We like that.
Stay in the mountains.
Yes.
Because this gal can't drive in it in the metro area. Okay, we'll be right back with one more look at weather. Stick around.